Alright guys, in all seriousness, welcome back to the channel. Don't worry, the M17 goat gun did not go off. In fact, it is right here on the shelf, right next to another goat gun. I'm a huge fan of goat guns. They are the adult fidget toy we should all be messing around with. When we were down at Goals, goat gun were there, and they had obviously a whole bunch of stuff out there. I do have a whole bunch of them. And Mrs. Guru surprised me with purchasing the M17 because I am a huge fan of the P320. Speaking of P320s, here's an update on what happened with the Air Force's M17, M18, P320 debacle. Now, we all know, and I'm going to pin it in somewhere around here, that an airman was killed when his M17 M18 went off without pulling the trigger. It went off while sitting in the holster. Now, originally, when it first happened, they released the statement saying, hey, that he took his holster off, he put his M18 down, and it went off, hitting him in the chest and killing him. Well, we do have an update on that. So everyone was really quick to jump on board crapping all over Sig Sauer. I never crapped on them per se. I just said that, look, sounds like there might be an issue with the P320 platform, whether it's the M17, M18, or the P320, the civilian version. Don't get rid of them. Just in the meantime, until we figure out what's going on, keep your chamber empty, keep the gun for home defense. Remember, in the middle of the night, you have more than enough time to grab your sidearm, rack around into it, and go do what you need to do. I still have my P320. It's right here. It's right here. It's in a holster. There is nothing in the chamber. The magazine is loaded. So essentially, it is set up for an aircraft load or Israeli carry, but I'm not carrying it, so it's an aircraft load. Empty chamber, fully loaded mag. If I needed it, I could rack around and do what I need to do. All right, let's get into this update. So the Air Force has actually arrested an airman in connection to the July 20th death of another airman, involving the M18, which led to the Air Force suspending the use of the pistol following the incident. In a statement, the Department of the Air Force spokesperson said the unidentified arrested person is accused of making false official statements, obstruction of justice, and involuntary manslaughter. The Air Force Global Strike Command pulled all M18s from its use after Braden Lovin, a 21-year-old remote targeting engagement systems operator of the 90th Security Forces at F.E. Warren Air Force Base in Cheyenne, Wyoming, was fatally shot with that pistol. So originally they gave no details, and it was just like the gun went off in its holster, and I was trying to wrap my head around this, and even in the video we did last time, I was like, hey, I don't know how this happens. They said that it was in a Safariland holster that had a QLS mount on it. He unlocked the mount, he took the firearm off, and it went off. And I was just trying to figure out how he would, or why he would, point the muzzle at himself. We ran through a few scenarios. Some of them were absolutely idiotic. That being said, it was what I thought was plausible. Why would you point the muzzle at yourself, putting it on a table? That made no sense. But turns out, a few days later, it came out that he removed his firearm. Again, this is hearsay. He removed his firearm in the bathroom, and then it went off and it killed him in the bathroom. I was like, wow, he went out like Elvis. Now that they've made this arrest, it's come out that they may have been horsing around, screwing around with each other, and something happened. That is in the rumor mill now. That's out in the ether that no, he did not take his firearm off. No, he was not trying to use the bathroom. No, but instead they were horsing around, goofing off, basically, and there was an accident. That's why basically he got arrested for those charges of making a false statement, obstruction of justice, and involuntary manslaughter. That being said, so he basically lied, he tried to hide the truth, and he's the one at fault for shooting this young 21-year-old airman. Again, that's the way this article reads from the Air Force Times. And as always, down in the description below will be a link to this article. You go read it for yourself. So that's the update on the M18. So everybody was super duper quick on all these other YouTube channels to go crap all over SIG, and SIG has been pretty much quiet. Turns out P320 might not have had anything to do with it. We shall see. The investigation is ongoing. In the meantime, keep your P320 guys. Stop trying to sell them. The FFLs around here are not going to want to buy them, and FFLs across the nation aren't going to want to buy them. Don't put them on Gunbroker. Nobody is going to buy them. Just hold on to them. Let's see what plays out. I also saw that about a month ago, Sig Sauer, one of their engineers, applied for a patent, which is a so-called fixed to the sear slipping. We shall see what happens on this front. The more I know, the more you'll know. As soon as I hear something, I will bring it to you. So that's all I have for you guys. If you really made it this far, please make sure you like the video, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think of the P320. Should you keep it or should you get rid of it? As always, please subscribe to the channel. Toggle that notification bell and make sure you get updates every time I put up a new video or go live, which we do have giveaways coming up between Glock grips from glockgrip.com and, of course, some silly little patches I picked up while in Tennessee at Goals at the GOA Leadership Summit. Stand by for all of that. All right, I will see all of you guys in the next video.